Oh, Harley Quinn, will your antics ever stop? What's going on, everyone? It's LP, writer and creator of the comic books Nyobi and Savage Sin, coming at you here with another video tonight. Harley Quinn locks down new DC series, but its disgusting premise has the internet incensed. So this is probably about the fart book. I know it sounds crazy that those words just even came out of my mouth, but apparently, and I don't really know much about it, there has been some sort of new series, new book, something about Harley Quinn Fartacular, something along those lines. I really know nothing about it, but I think we're going to learn about it right now. Harley Quinn fans are officially divided, with some celebrating and others recoiling at the announcement of DC's new series starring the Gotham City Siren. Though this series is still months away from its release, it may have already claimed the title of 25's most controversial comic. Well, that statement alone, the most controversial comic of 2025, already means this is an issue to pick up, right? It doesn't matter if the story is great. It doesn't matter if there's a first appearance in this or not. The fact that it has controversy means cash. Speculators, get your wallets ready. Let's go ahead and see what else they say here. As part of DC's latest batch of solicitations, the publisher has announced a new series starring everyone's favorite Gotham City Siren. But before fans start celebrating, they might want to hold their breath. Literally. Okay. That's about as much as I got. Before fans start celebrating, they might want to hold their breath, as the premise of this comic revolves around farts. In particular, Harley's. And no, that wasn't a typo. And so here we have an image, and it looks like a cross between a cracked out Jessica Rabbit with pigtails, letting out the green mist. And I'm sure everyone is happy for that. I mean, this cover is, this is wild. I mean, I don't know what to make of this. I would love to see what the variants look like for a fart book. That should be wild. Could you imagine you're being hired by DC? Hey, Amanda Connor, we want you to draw Harley Quinn. We want to do this series. It's going to be about her farts. So we really need a cover showcasing her just letting go the wind. Okay, do you think you can do that? Do you think you can show us Harley Quinn farting to the wind? Well, apparently they did. Harley Quinn Fartacular, Silent but Deadly #1, is written by Joanne Starer and illustrated by Brandt and Stein, not to be confused with Ro from War Campaign. It is set to release on March 26th of 2026. Okay, so that's like 4 months away or so. The narrative promises to focus on the Gotham City Siren passing unprecedented amounts of gas. God damn it, that sounds like me when I wake up in the morning. While you might be wondering, okay, but what's the plot? Well, that seems to be the plot. She's letting out too much gas, guys, too much gas. Needless to say, more than a few fans are disgusted by this toot-centric, Dr. Doom will toot as he pleases. This toot-centric direction DC is taking with Harley. Yeah, this, I mean, without reading it, just by going by what I've seen, what I've heard so far, I don't understand it. I don't know why you would do this. There's lots of things you can do with Harley Quinn. Give me Harley Quinn for a miniseries. I guarantee you it will not be fart-centric. Harley Quinn gets her fart-centric new series coming in March. Here is a cover B. It's a cardstock by Amanda Connor, and I just threw her name in as a haha, but she's actually part of this. Harley Quinn Fartacular, Silent but Deadly, cover B here. Cardstock cover B by Amanda Connor. And here we got a ton of gas and lots of beans. And I'm not sure who the evil bean woman here is. I'm sure it's not a bean from PA, but you never know. Let's go on. While comic synopsis can often be vague, that's not the case with this. Silent but Deadly #1, the synopsis makes it abundantly clear, complete with at least 10 gas-related puns and over 180 words. In this comic will center around the gas expulsions of sometimes villain, sometimes anti-hero Harley Quinn. For those who doubt just how prominent the farts will be, thinking it might be a rare gag, think again. As the synopsis warns you, it says, if you are grossed out by farts, then this comic isn't for you, while also promising the highest concentration of gas per page ever committed to print. God, should we even read this? I guess we'll read it. I've been holding in my very worst bits of bubble guts for the last 32 years, John. Years. And it's all been leading up to this epic expulsion. Your nose will never be the same. You'll gag, you'll cry, and you will feel things you ain't never felt before. It's kind of like being involved in the indie comic community. This fine publication is a celebration of all things past, preset, and tutor? Sequential art's place in the annals of history is about to change with the release of Harley Quinn's Fartacular, Silent but Deadly, a comic that promises to have the highest concentration of gas per page, the GPP, ever committed to print. Emphasis on committed, because everyone who has worked on this comic is getting thrown into Dr. Fartley's home of no good gassy gals and guys. Read the comic that Abraham Lincoln called a joy from fart to finish, moments before he died. Warning, we aren't kidding. If you are grossed out by farts, then this comic isn't for you, and that's perfectly okay, though I am judging you. Unless you want to put your feelings to the test, in which case this comic is for you. I don't know about that. Here's cover C. This just looks weird. Pull my finger. Okay, I don't know. For those that have been intrigued or disgusted by the upcoming comic series, is it a series or is this just a one-shot? I have seen no proof that this is a series. The release of the cover art for Harley Quinn Fartacular, Silent but Deadly #1 might help you make up your mind. The main cover features Harley taking center stage as she raises her heel-clad leg and lets one rip. Boy, does she ever. With the gas depicted in a toxic green hue that spreads across the stadium. Kind of like the virus from Outbreak. In keeping up with the Silent but Deadly theme, the showgirls surrounding Harley are shown in various states of distress, most appearing to fight for their lives, while one seems to succumb to the noxious fumes. There's also a cover by Amanda Connor, which we took a look at. We saw a cover C. And this looks like another cover by David Nakamura. And of all the covers so far, this seems to be the best one. Despite being months away from its release date, this comic has already sparked a strong response from the Harley Quinn fan base. While some have dismissed it as a silly, even childish comic, others are outraged by its premise, expressing shock and disappointment at the directions DC is taking with Harley. Although many fans acknowledge that the Siren is undeniably quirky, they feel that this takes her quirkiness too far. You've just gone too far. And it can even still be called quirky. However, humor has emerged not from the comic itself, but from fan reactions. Did we have fan reactions? Did they show us? On the platforms like Reddit, X, and League of Comics Geeks. I need to check out League of Comics Geeks. I've never heard of that one. And Tumblr, discussions are buzzing with fans sharing witty remarks. One recurring joke stood out above the rest, with users suggesting a Harley Quinn Fartacular, Silent but Deadly, is the perfect series to debut a line of scratch and sniff covers. That's wild. I like that. You should do that. This wild and undeniably hilarious idea highlights how, whether fans love or hate the concept, it's already sparking humor and conversation. In fact, this Harley Quinn comic may already be positioned itself as one of the most talked about comics of the year, even before 2025 has begun. And again, we're looking at March 26th of 2025. They said 2026 up above. That is a typo on Screen Rant's part. It is 2025. It's just in a few months, not a year and a few months. But fuck, I don't know. Am I gonna buy it? If I do, and that's a big if. But if I happen to see this in March while I'm at the comic book shop, and yes, they still exist, people, and yes, people still go there to buy their books. Hate to be the one to tell you that, but that's just the way it is. I might buy it, simply because if it is as controversial as they say it's going to be, I'll buy it for the same reason why I bought the Marlo Monero Spider-Woman cover with her ass in the air, is because anything with controversy, especially if it's legit controversy, especially if it really does, bring up an internet uproar, at least for a period of time, it will be worth some money. It could be a good flip, you know. We will see what happens. Um, I don't know. Are you gonna pass win for this? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you're ready to take a big sniff of Harley Quinn, Silent but Deadly #1. I want to know. The people want to know, and I also will want you to know to stay tuned. From a word from our sponsor. And just who is the sponsor of today's video? Well, it's me, Austin. It's been me all along. And guys, I just want to quickly point out that I too am a comic book creator. I just don't speak it. I produce it, right? It's like put your money where your mouth is. We do that each and every time we have a release. I've been doing this now for a decade. We're published. We're in comic book shops and we're on eBay. So if you ever want to check out Nyobi and you haven't yet, one of the best ways to do that is to come by our eBay store. Take a little scroll through here. If you type in Nyobicomics, you'll find it. Of course, link will be in the description of the video. I have all kinds of great back issues and hard to find variants here from artists that you know and love like Jamie Tyndall, Elsie Frita, Steph Wilson, Paul Green, John Stinsman of Evangeline fame, Keith Garvey, and so many more, guys. If you're missing out on some Nyobi back issues, if you're looking for that hard to find variant, chances are you're going to find the best deal right here on eBay, and chances are you're going to find that deal directly through me. And as always, if you do order a book from me, I'll throw in a little extra goodies in there, a little tchotchke package of stickers and bookmarks and cards. Oh my. You'll have all that. Plus, you can have your book signed or unsigned. That is up to you. And keep an eye on this page because I do update it fairly frequently with new items all the time. As something sells, I will put it back up. So, guys, today's sponsor, Nyobicomics, the eBay store. Come check it out.